revealing all about Carl Weathers. Carl Weathers, January 14, 1948 to February 1, 2024, was an American actor, director, and gridiron football linebacker. His roles included boxer Apollo Creed in the first four Rocky films, 1976 to 1985, Colonel Al Dillon in Predator, 1987, Chubbs Peterson in Happy Gilmore, 1996, and Combat Carl in the Toy Story franchise. He also portrayed Detective Boudreaux in the television series Street Justice, 1991 to 1993, and a fictionalized version of himself in the comedy series Arrested Development, 2004, 2013, and voiced Omnitraxus Prime in Starve vs. the Forces of Evil, 2017 to 2019. He had a recurring role as Greef Karga in the Star Wars series The Mandalorian, 2019 to 2023, for which he was nominated for the Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Guest Actor in a Drama Series. Weathers played college football for the San Diego State Aztecs before playing professionally as a linebacker. He joined the Oakland Raiders of the National Football League, NFL, after going undrafted in the 1970 NFL Draft. After 2 seasons with the Raiders, he played a year with the BC Lions of the Canadian Football League, CFL. Early life. Weathers was born on January 14, 1948, in New Orleans, Louisiana. His father was a day laborer. As an 8th-grade student, he earned an athletic scholarship to St. Augustine High School, a private school that he was an all-around athlete, involved in boxing, football, gymnastics, judo, soccer, and wrestling. He played football and graduated from Long Beach Poly High School in 1966. College football career. Weathers played football as a defensive end in college. He started his college career in 1966 at Long Beach City College, where he did not play in 1966 due to an ankle injury suffered when he tripped over a curb surrounding the running track while warming up for practice with another linebacker. He then transferred and played for San Diego State University, becoming a letterman for the San Diego State Aztecs in 1968 and 1969, helping the Aztecs win the 1969 Pasadena Bowl, finishing with an 11-0 record and a number 18 ranking in the final UPI poll, playing for head coach Don Coryell. At San Diego State, Weathers, who considered acting his first love and had been performing in plays even back in grade school, received a Master in Theater Arts. Professional football career. Weathers signed with the Oakland Raiders of the NFL as an undrafted free agent in 1970. Now playing as a linebacker, Weathers played in 7 games for the Raiders in 1970, helping them win the AFC West Division title, on their way to the first-ever AFC Championship game. Before the 1971 season, Weathers converted into a strong safety that he only played in 1 game in 1971, before the Raiders released him in September 1971, after coach John Madden told Weathers, "You're just too sensitive." Later that month, Weathers signed with the BC Lions of the CFL that he played for the Lions until 1973, playing 13 games in total. During the off-seasons, Weathers attended San Francisco State University and earned a bachelor's degree in drama in 1974. Weathers retired from football in 1974 and began pursuing an acting career. In his NFL career, he appeared in 8 games in 2 seasons, but did not record any stats. The only stat he recorded in his CFL career was a single fumble recovery. In later years, Weathers narrated NFL Films' season recap of the 1999, 2000, and 2001 seasons. During the 2017 NFL Draft, he appeared on NFL Network's pre-draft coverage. Acting career. Weathers in 2015. Weathers began working as an extra while still playing football. He had his first significant roles in 2 blaxploitation films directed by his longtime friend Arthur Marks, Bucktown, 1975, and Friday Foster, 1975. Weathers also appeared in an early 1975 episode of the sitcom Good Times titled The Nude, portraying an angry husband who suspected his wife of cheating on him with JJ. He also guest starred in a 1975 episode of Kung Fu titled The Brothers Kane, and in an episode of Canon titled The Hero. In 1976, he appeared as a loan shark in an episode of the crime drama Starsky and Hutch, and in the Barnaby Jones episode The Bounty Hunter as escaped convict Jack Hopper. While auditioning for the role of Apollo Creed alongside Sylvester Stallone in Rocky, Weathers criticized Stallone's acting, which led to him getting the role. He reprised the role of Apollo Creed in the next three Rocky films: Rocky II, 1979, Rocky III, 1982, and Rocky IV, 1985. Weathers briefly appears as an Army MP in one of the three released versions of Close Encounters of the Third Kind, originally released in 1977. In 1978, Weathers portrayed Vince Sullivan in a TV movie, Not This Time. In the late 1970s and 1980s, Weathers starred in a number of action films for the small and big screen, including Force 10 from Navarone, 1978, Predator, 1987, Action Jackson, 1988, and Hurricane Smith, 1992. Weathers hosted an episode of Saturday Night Live in 1988 and appeared in a skit on the show in 2003. Weathers appeared in Michael Jackson's Liberian Girl music video and co-starred in the 1996 Adam Sandler comedy Happy Gilmore as Chubbs, a golf legend teaching Happy how to play golf. He reprised the role nearly 4 years later in the Sandler comedy Little Nicky. Filming a false stunt in Happy Gilmore, Weathers fractured 2 vertebrae and his osteophytes grew out and connected and self-fused badly. He said he was in excruciating pain for 3 to 4 years. Another notable television role was Sergeant Adam Boudreaux's on the cop show Street Justice. Afterwards, during the final 2 seasons of In the Heat of the Night, 1992 to 1994, his character, Hampton Forbes, replaced Bill Gillespie as the chief of police. He also played MACVSOG Colonel Brewster in the CBS series Tour of Duty. In 2004, Weathers received a career revival as a comedic actor, beginning with appearances in 3 episodes of the comedy series Arrested Development as a cheapskate caricature of himself, who serves as Tobias Funk's acting coach. He was then cast in the comedies The Sasquatch Gang and The Comebacks. Weathers had a guest role in 2 episodes of The Shield as the former training officer of main character Vic Mackey. Weathers provided the voice for Colonel Samuel Garrett in the Pandemic Studios video game Mercenaries, Playground of Destruction. In 2005, he was a narrator on Conquest. The Price of Victory witnessed the journey of the Trojans, an 18-part television show about USC athletics. Weathers was a principal of Red Tight Media, a film and video production company that specializes in tactical training films made for the United States Armed Forces. He also appeared in 1 episode of ER in 2008 during its finale season. For the 6th film in the Rocky series, Rocky Balboa, 2006, Stallone asked Weathers, Mr. T, and Dolph Lundgren for permission to use footage from their appearances in the earlier Rocky films. Mr. T and Lundgren agreed, but Weathers wanted an actual part in the movie, even though his character had died in Rocky IV. Stallone refused, and Weathers decided not to allow Stallone to use his image for flashbacks from the previous films. They instead used footage of a fighter who looked similar to Weathers. Weathers and Stallone patched up their differences, and Weathers agreed to allow footage of him from previous films to be used throughout Creed, 2015. Weathers portrayed the father of Michael Strahan and Daryl Chill Mitchell's characters on the short-lived 2009 Fox sitcom Brothers. Weathers acted as Brian Gibo Fitzgerald in advertising for Old Spice's sponsorship of NASCAR driver Tony Stewart. He also appeared in an ongoing series of web-only advertisements for Credit Union of Washington, dispensing flowers and the advice that change is beautiful to puzzled-looking bystanders. He also starred in a series of commercials for Bud Light, in which he introduced plays from the Bud Light playbook. At the conclusion of each commercial, Weathers could be seen bursting through the Bud Light playbook and shouting, "Here we go." In 2019, Weathers appeared as Greef Karga in several episodes of the first season of the Star Wars series The Mandalorian. He returned for the 2nd season and also directed the episode Chapter 12, The Siege. He returned for Season 3 and directed the episode Chapter 20, The Foundling. His performance earned him an Emmy nomination for Outstanding Guest Actor. Personal life. Weathers married 3 times, first to Mary Ann Castle, from 1973 to 1983, ending in divorce. They had 2 sons. In 1984, he married Rona Unsell and divorced in 2006. The following year, Weathers married Jennifer Peterson and divorced in 2009. Death. Weathers died at his home in Los Angeles on February 1, 2024, at age 76. A death certificate later gave his cause of death as atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease and gave his time of death as 12:18 a.m. on February 2, though Deadline Hollywood noted the document was disputed and has not been confirmed by the actor's family. Weathers' body was cremated and his ashes were given to his family.